In 1971, Mariner 10 gave us our first close-up look at Mercury, the nearest planet to the Sun. We found a desolate, battered world, pockmarked with meteor craters, a testament to the violence of the early solar system. Our rocky planets and moons were built up by collisions like these, as small pieces of matter came together. After the planets formed, the early bombardment continued. Mariner 10 showed us a Mercury that looked much like the Moon. This was our first proof that the Moon was not a special case. A massive rain of rocks and debris took place throughout the early solar system. We have since found more proof: impact craters on Venus, on Mars, and on most of the moons of the outer planets. Here was a primal force that helped to shape our solar system. Today, the bombardment is still underway at a much lower rate, as comets and asteroids occasionally strike our worlds and moons. "1994 brought the most powerful collisions in recorded history, as fragments of a broken comet smashed into Jupiter's atmosphere at 135,000 miles an hour. It was the cosmic event of a lifetime. 2 years earlier, the comet Shoemaker-Levy 9 was torn apart by Jupiter's gravity, leaving 21 fragments, the largest up to 3 miles across. They would strike Jupiter one after another for 6 straight days. The collisions would not be visible from Earth, but minutes later, Jupiter's rotation would bring each impact site into view. The Galileo spacecraft is our only witness to the visible light explosion of a comet fragment colliding with Jupiter's atmosphere. But the Hubble Space Telescope revealed a more dramatic sight: huge fireballs rising above the limb of the giant planet up to 1,200 miles high. A fireball would blossom a few minutes after every large impact. Then, minutes later, it would collapse into a flat cloud of solid particles as it cooled from thousands of degrees Fahrenheit to 350 below zero. Then came the most astounding sight of all. In the wake of these mighty collisions, gigantic dark scars were visible in Jupiter's atmosphere. Fragment G was one of the largest. It left Jupiter with a black eye, twice the size of Earth. By week's end, Jupiter was ringed with bruises. This image shows 8 crash sites, some on top of each other. The dark violet-brown markings were a big surprise. They may be rock and dust from the comet fragments. Earthbound telescopes picked up the heat of the collisions with infrared light. Traveling at enormous speeds, the particles released up to 100,000 times more energy than the largest nuclear bomb, as they plunged 60 miles into Jupiter's atmosphere. And here is an amazing sequence of infrared pictures. 2 flashes from incoming fragment R as it strikes on top of a previous impact site. Eight minutes later, a fireball erupts into view. This 30-minute sequence has been compressed into 30 seconds. The dark scars soon faded away, but scientists will be studying this event for years to come as they try to learn more about the most spectacular bombardment ever witnessed. Here on Earth, impact craters are quickly erased by the weather and erosion. But Arizona's meteor crater survives after a collision 50,000 years ago that left a hole almost a mile wide. According to one theory, the dinosaurs were killed off by a huge meteor 65 million years ago. It might have stirred up a worldwide cloud of dust or unleashed poisonous chemicals, wiping out 3/4 of all living species. In 1908, an asteroid exploded over Siberia, leveling almost 800 square miles of forest. In 1991, a double asteroid 4 miles across came within 2 million miles of Earth. These radar images revealed its unusual shape. While the odds may be very small, a direct hit on a major city could leave millions dead and cause unimaginable destruction. Scientists believe a catastrophe might be averted by changing the course of approaching asteroids with nuclear bombs.